game coming up against a struggling Seattle team on Thursday, Thanksgiving. Try to go to 8-4, have the layoff, and then dive into that tough stretch in their schedule.
Well, I think the one thing about it, Joe, is that for Dallas, as much as they struggled there in the middle of the year, they came out to start the season very hot. They struggled. But like the Giants from a year ago, they're going to be having to play pretty good football if they're going to get into the playoffs, which actually could bode very well for this team.
I want to remind you that today's game is being produced by Richie Zients, directed by Artie Kemner. The technical producer is Joe Stevens. Technical director is Colby Bourgeois. Audio mixer is Fred Aldis. Our thanks as always to Steve Horn, our editorial consultant in the booth. The associate directors are Greg Scopatoni, Judy Wong. Broadcast associates are Rich Gross and Bentley Elliott. The studio show produced by Scott Ackerson. Directed by Bob Levy. The highlights coordinator is Janice Kazaza. Studio technical supervisor Jack Simmons. Supervisor of remote field operations is Jerry Steinberg. And the senior producer of Fox Sports, Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports, Ed Gorin and David Hill. 3rd down and 5 after San Francisco used their second timeout. And they are left with just one with 3:36 remaining. You know, one thing the Super Bowl win did for Eli Manning, in my opinion, is allow him to relax a little bit and not try to prove himself every time he dropped back. And he's not taking a lot of sacks, not throwing a lot of interceptions. As you said, the big plays haven't been there, but because of the running game, they haven't needed him to this point. But at least he's not forcing things and making a lot of the mistakes that he made during even the regular season in 2007.
And he's not having to defend his play.
Here is a completion on a brilliant catch by Terrell Owens. A rolling catch to add a little cherry on top of what is a fantastic afternoon against the 49ers.
Well, yeah, and Dallas just deciding that, hey, we're going to try to pick up a first down and run this clock out and not make our defense go back out onto the field. So even with a huge lead, they throw it on 3rd down and pick up the first down.
Look at the numbers. 7 catches for 212 yards. I mean, that's making the most out of your opportunities.
Hey, I said it coming in. I mean, good things happen when you get the ball to Terrell Owens.
You did. Well, you are on record as saying that. I remember that. Just like it never happened. Here is Marion Barber. Picks up 1. Also an article in today's paper saying that the skills had diminished for Terrell Owens. That on the heels of Owens being critical, as you said earlier, basically of Jason Garrett and the offensive approach, and saying teams have caught up to our offensive scheme. And then the question, do you miss the West Coast offense? Yes, I miss a lot of things, the flexibility of it. But, you know, here he is in the Cowboys' 7th win of the year, having his best day as a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, and let me assure you of one thing. Nothing changed today in this system. It's the same stuff they've been doing all year long. He got by some people, got open, and he caught the football.
Marion Barber knows to go down to keep the clock running. We are at 1:58. 2-minute warning here in Dallas. Cowboys on their way to their 7th win.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Okay, so you're driving up to the lake for the weekend when suddenly a big boat pulls up next to you and you notice, hey, it's yours. That's when it occurs to you that while having a lot of towing power is nice, a little control to go with it would be great too. Enter the all-new 09 F-150. It's got the most towing and now an advanced trailer sway control system. And guess what? It's standard. Anchors away, baby. It's not just a new truck. It's a new F-150.
The best gifts ever.
My twins love to sing and dance, so for their Christmas gifts, a Radio Shack associate recommended iPod Nanos and a speaker dock. Then on Christmas morning, when they opened their gifts, they quickly came up with an idea. And that afternoon, my friends and family were treated to an unforgettable performance.
Surprise everyone this Christmas with great deals at Radio Shack.
Every tailgate you stock up for. Every channel you order. every hat, jersey, and jacket you collect. Visa purchases between now and December 31st give you a chance to win trips to Super Bowl 43, the 2009 NFL Pro Bowl, and a 2009 NFL playoff game. Visa. For game day, it's the way to go.
Quarterback has the curve Y as an asymptote.
When all you want are the stats to know it all. When all you want is football, go to NFL.com.
There are the total yards. Dallas with 406, and you can see how much San Francisco moved the ball. 304 yards, but failures inside the red zone early really cost him. And with 1:58 remaining, 3rd down and 3. Marion Barber's still in the ball game, and still carrying the football. And now 1st down. I would have Marion Barber so far off the playing field right now, I'd send him back to the dressing room. Just go take your stuff off, and we'll see on Thursday when Seattle comes to town. It's just not worth him being in the game right now. You could say the same for Witten and Terrell Owens and Tony Romo. I mean, if you're not comfortable now.
Well, I agree with you, and I agree that you can't lose Marion Barber, as we said. Felix Jones already out, but on top of that, another way to look at it is what a golden opportunity for Tashard Choice to get some carries, and get used to getting hit and securing the football when people are trying to take it out of your hands. And I've got to believe. Dallas certainly hopes it's not the case, but I've got to believe that sometime between now and when Dallas' season ends, Tashard Choice is probably going to have an important role within this offense. And I'm just saying that if Barber gets dinged up, he's got to go off the field for a little bit. You get him in there. I think the more reps you can get that young man, the better off you'd be.
San Francisco, on top of all that, is out of timeouts. So now it's kneel down time after the 1st down. And now they can all relax, but leading up to it, it was a lot of Barber, some throws in the direction of Terrell Owens, and Mike Singletary thinking that maybe his team was going to be able to build on what was a blowout win at home over St. Louis. They come in here on the road. There was a lot good, but they'll walk away, and the only thing Singletary will talk about is the fact that they didn't win.
Yeah, and that's because he's a great competitor, and that's all he should talk about. But I think behind closed doors, I think Mike Singletary will go to that staff, and I think this team got better today. And coming in, we knew it was going to be hard. They were going to have to play almost a perfect game, had chances early, and game is a lot different if they got those touchdowns there in the 1st quarter. But I think San Francisco has improved in the 4 games now that Mike Singletary's been the head coach.
And really, that's the big question. I mean, if that's what San Francisco's looking for, are we getting better? Is the attitude changing? Is the culture changing inside our dressing room and with this organization? Shaun Hill struggled in the middle part of this game, there's no doubt. Good early, I think very good late, talking to his offensive lineman. He let Heitman spike a ball for him last week. He seems to have a good idea as to how to play this game, and he's learning as well. I would agree with you. This San Francisco team has improved under Mike Singletary, period. And this will be it. Last snap of the day. Romo 341 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, no picks as it turns out. Terrell Owens a 213-yard day receiving the football with a touchdown. Full kit 4 field goals. On the other side, Shaun Hill threw for 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick, and Isaac Bruce a 125-yard day. That's it from Dallas until Thursday on Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of the football day. Big doubleheader day today on Fox. For Troy and Pam, I'm Joe. So long from Texas Stadium.